Today on Stock Charts in Focus, we're touring you through the brand new, official, finally here Stock Charts mobile app for iOS devices. For your iPhone, for your iPad, you can now take your charts and the markets on the go with you. Wherever you are, anytime, anywhere, you've got it all in your pocket. So on today's show, we're going to tour you through the features of the mobile app. We're going to show you how to download it, how to log in, how to start charting, and how to start following the markets from the app. And we'll talk about kind of the future of stock charts in the app stores, where things are going. So lots to cover on the show today. Of course, you know what it is. It's all new. It's all here. It's Stock Charts in Focus. All right, my friends, welcome to the show, Stock Charts in Focus. Of course, our product focus show here on the channel where we dig into the site, dive into the tools, show you around the features, and ultimately help you get more value out of stock charts. That is our mission here every Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern time, up on the live channel and on our YouTube channel after that, and of course, the on-demand platform at StockChartsTV.com as well. Lots of ways to watch. I'm your host for the show. My name is Grayson Roze, Vice President of Operations here at StockCharts.com. It is wonderful to be with you for our very first episode of 2023. Happy New Year to all of you. Thank you so much for following the show these past couple years. It's been a blast to do this show every week, and we are only going to continue to grow it and do more and have more fun on this show, digging into stock charts, digging into tools and features, but also talking about how it all comes together for us, for you as traders, as investors, all of that good stuff. So more good things to come here in 2023. Now, as you might have heard recently, we've rolled out a brand new site-wide product release called our Camano launch just a couple of weeks ago in December. Kind of closed out the year on a high note here at Stock Charts by bringing you a whole bunch of new tools and features. So, of course, we've been digging into all of those different tools and features kind of one at a time on the show. We've highlighted the release notes a couple of times in the past few episodes. If you haven't seen those release notes, though, if you're wondering kind of everything that's new, you want to get that list, want to sort of tour through the different features, go to stockcharts.com/new. You can also access that from the charts and tools page up in the top left corner of the site. You can click that, scroll down the page, find out what's new card. But stockcharts.com/new, that's going to take you right there. And at the very top of that page, we've got a little bit of a highlight, kind of the overview of what came out. There's a button in there though, or you can actually just click the title on that card. That will take you over to the full release notes. I highly, highly, highly recommend you spend a little bit of time reading those release notes, see what's new, see what's come to the site. It really is kind of every corner. It's not just one thing, not just Sharp Charts or ACP. It's really every corner of the entire website has received some treatment, something new, some enhancement, something that you can go play with and explore. And with this launch, we've even gone outside of the website because one of the big features that rolled out with that launch is our official mobile app that was released with that Camano product launch. So Stock Charts now in the App Store for your iPhone, for your iPad. That is what we are going to explore today. So just wanted to remind everyone, definitely go check out those release notes. They are very, very helpful. They'll give you a good sense of everything that has rolled out and quick descriptions, little demos, those kinds of things. You can also go back to the last couple episodes of this show. You can find that online, find that on our YouTube channel. You got a couple of different choices there. But definitely spend a little bit of time, go back to the last couple episodes of this show. We did tour through a couple of those features and also toured through those release notes as well. So that is kind of our background before we dive into today's show. With that out of the way, though, I think it's time to jump over to my phone, which is kind of a funky thing to do. Normally, we're showing off the website. On this week's show, though, we're going to be showing off my phone. We'll show you how to download the app, where it is in the App Store. Then we'll log in, we'll take a tour of some of those features, and we'll even talk about how to switch between dark mode and light mode, some of those kinds of things. So without further ado, let's jump over to the app and get going. All right, everyone. So welcome to my iPhone. This is a little bit different from the other shows that we typically do featuring the website, but we're going to have some fun today digging into the app. So Obviously, mobile app on an iOS device, first thing we got to do is get it installed on our phone. So I've just searched my iPhone and I'm going to pull up the App Store. You can see that I've searched for that there. Here we go. If we click over to the App Store, I'm going to come over to the search area and I'm just going to type in StockCharts. Once I do, if I can spell it right. Once I do that, you can see as I scroll down, there are the first two StockCharts app. Now we've had a StockCharts TV app for a while, but what you're going to want to look for is that main StockCharts app. It's got the StockCharts logo right there. So if I give that a click, this is what the StockCharts app looks like in the App Store. Obviously, I've already downloaded this, so I've got a little open button, but this is where you can come and download the app. We've got some little screenshots here, so you can actually preview a couple of those features. That's what we're going to dig into today. Now, this is the companion app for the website. It is for StockCharts members. It's intended for StockCharts members. So as you're going to see when we open this up for the first time, the first thing that you're going to have to do is actually log into your account. So with that, let's actually jump over to the app. Here we go. We've got it open. This is what you're going to see when you download and open the app for the very first time. Now, of course, once you get to a login screen, what you're going to need to do is log in. So I'm going to go ahead and log into my account, and then we will take a look at some of the features that are included in the app. So welcome to the StockCharts mobile app for iOS devices. Now, we've got 3 tabs across the bottom, and we're going to go in order through those 3 tabs. Again, the idea with the app is to put the markets and your charts in your pocket. We're not giving you every single feature. We're not trying to load this thing up with everything that you can do on the website. The website obviously has very advanced features, things like scanning, things like advanced charting that you really need a big screen for. So a lot of the advanced StockCharts features are still going to be sort of web exclusive. What the app is intended to do is give you quick access to what's happening in the markets and quick access to what's happening on your charts. The third option that you do have is the ability to actually pull up any symbol and combine that with any chart style in your account. So you can do a little bit of charting on the go, but the main tabs are going to be the Markets tab and the ChartLists tab. So we're going to start on the Markets tab, and if you're familiar with the StockCharts dashboard, that members dashboard, this is going to feel quite familiar to you. When you first log in, you're going to see that Markets tab. What it's going to give you is the equities view across the screen. So just like on the dashboard, just like on the website, you can click through any of these securities to actually see a little mini chart of what's happening. So you get that performance data right there on the screen. And if you want to get a little mini chart of any of those major indexes, you can just give that a click. So here we're looking at the small cap index, the S&P 600. You can see that 2-day mini chart to get the intraday action. Really easy to just kind of flip through these and see exactly what's happening in the markets. Now, again, just like the dashboard across the top, you do have the ability to flip through some different sort of areas of the market, different asset classes. The same thing applies. You can give any of those indexes a click to actually pull up a little mini chart of that. But if you want to flip from equities over to bonds or over to commodities, even over to crypto, all you've got to do is click through those tabs right there at the top. So really nice to be able to log in and easily, quickly, right off the bat, you just see what's happening in the markets. Again, right there, real time in your pocket, you can follow along with what the markets are doing. Now, if you want to go a little bit deeper, you want to kind of go to that next level, you can scroll down this page and see all of these other groups as well. To open up any of these other groups, just give that a little tap. And here you can dive even deeper into some of the different corners of the market to see what those are doing. So we've got a major markets group that actually kind of matches the some of the indexes that are up above. There are a few other ones in there though, things like the DAX, things like the venture composite as well. And we can open up any of these other groups. So for instance, if you want to see what the sector spiders are doing, what the different corners of the market, different sectors of the market are doing, you can open up that tab. That's one of my go-tos personally. I like to see what those sectors are doing. Here we can see on this Friday, all sectors are up. All 11 sectors of the market are trading higher on the day. Big pop there for all these groups. So very easy to just kind of open these up. You can see what U.S. bonds are doing. You can see what international, some of those international ETFs are doing. Really easy to open up any of these, scroll through them, and quickly get a sense of kind of what's happening in the markets. So that's really it on this markets tab. Now we are going to add additional groups to this over time and allow you to customize more things. But for now, a very stripped out, very simple, clear and straightforward view of what's happening in the markets. Now our next tab up over on the bottom, that blue bar at the very bottom of the screen, next tab up is going to be your chart lists. So again, the idea is to give you a sense of what's happening in the markets and give you a sense of what's happening with your charts. So when you flip over to the chart list tab, you can see all of the chart lists in your account. Now, we're looking at my account specifically, which has a ton of chart lists. But as you can see, they're all loaded up in here and they work very, very similar to that markets tab that we were just looking at. So if we want to pull up any of these lists, all we have to do is give it a quick tap. So for instance, if we want to pull up my tier 1 watch list, we just give that a tap. And here we go. We've got all of the saved charts in that chart list loaded up right here for me to scroll through. Very, very easy to scroll through all of these charts, see what's happening. That's going to pull in my annotations as well. So for a lot of these, you can actually see my little annotations on all of those charts. If we want to zoom into any of these charts, all we've got to do is give it a tap. Now, this is kind of intelligent. We built this specifically to zoom in to the right side of the screen. So if you want to see exactly what's happening with this chart, you can just tap it once to zoom in and then tap it one more time to zoom out. Once you zoom in, you do have the ability to scroll around this chart as well, and you can sort of resize it a little bit to be exactly what you want to see. So as you can see there, you can now zoom into that chart, kind of zoom around it as well, move around, see exactly what's happening. But it is set to actually go to the right side of the screen, which is really helpful because typically, you want to see what's happening today or with the latest price action. Also nice if you have the full quote turned on your charts because you get that performance view up there right at the top of the screen, nice and big. So tap that one more time and that is going to zoom you out. Now, if you do have any notes on your charts, those are also going to show up at the bottom right below the chart there as well, so in sort of little gray text. Personally, I don't have any notes on these charts in this specific list, but if we did have some notes on any of these, those would be right in there for us. Now you can see how easy it is to scroll through your charts. This is almost like Instagram for your chart lists. You can scroll through here, and when you find one that you want to view, here we've got syntax kind of breaking down. We can quickly click into that chart, see what's happening on that price action, and then tap it one more time to get back out. Really, really nice and helpful. You can also rotate your screen if you do want a little bit more screen real estate. You can view this in sort of the other direction. View this in landscape mode instead of portrait. And one other option that you do have is the ability to jump to a specific chart. So up here at the top of the screen, obviously there's a little menu that says jump to chart. When I give that a click, that's going to open up a list of all the saved charts in this chart list. So I can quickly jump to anything in this list. You'll see that takes me right to that chart. So if you do have a specific chart that you want to get to in that list, really, really easy to get there. Just use that jump to chart menu. Now, if you want to get back to all your chart lists, all you got to do is hit that back button and we're back to that full list of chart lists, full view of chart lists from my account. So really, really nice to have access to these charts. Again, on the go, on the fly. You can check in on your portfolio, check in on your watch list, check in on any of those market index charts that you like to follow throughout the day, and it's all accessible right here in your pocket or in your hands with that tablet. Now, the third tab that we have across the bottom, like I mentioned earlier, is that chart tab. So we're going to flip over to that chart tab. That is the one on the bottom right corner. Couldn't be easier. The idea here, again, is charting on the go. We want to give you a way to pull up any symbol that you might stumble across throughout the day and quickly get a sense of kind of how the chart looks on that specific symbol. So for instance, it's been a wacky week for Microsoft. Let's say we want to take a look at Microsoft, see what's going on with that specific symbol. We tap into that enter symbol box and we're going to type in MSFT. We're going to hit return and you'll see that that is going to load our chart of Microsoft. Now, by default, the chart style menu is going to be set to your default chart style. Whatever default chart style you use on the website, that is going to be what this loads with here in the app. You do have the option to change that though. So in that chart style menu, give that a click. You can pull up any of the saved chart styles from your account. Now, again, I have a ton of chart styles, of course, in my StockCharts account. That's what you're looking at. But you can see all of those. So if I wanted to view specifically, let's say, let's do the MA ribbon chart. That's kind of a fun one. You can see I just give that chart style a click, and now I've flipped over to a different chart style that I have saved into my account. One of the other cool things you do have in this menu as well is some of the samples that we include on the Sharp Charts workbench. So for instance, if you want to get over to Greg Schnell's favorite chart, well, you have access to that chart style as well, built into that menu automatically. So really easy to flip between any of these chart styles. Here's a different one that I like to use to kind of get a sense of specific time frames and how those are moving. This kind of keeps me focused on key moving averages. I call it my MA focus chart. Really, really easy to flip between any of these. Here now we're looking at a Bollinger Bands chart. We can just quickly jump between chart styles. And it's always easy to get back, of course, to the default. Just select that one from your account. Now, if you want to change the symbol, you can come up here, X that out. Let's say we wanted to look at Apple. There we go. We hit return. There we go. Now we're looking at a chart of Apple. And the same concept applies with the zooming function on this screen as well. So we can tap that chart. That's going to zoom us into the right side of that chart. And now we can actually kind of scroll around, move around, and see different parts of this chart of Apple. Once you're ready to get back out of that, just give it another tap and you are back to that chart screen. So really, really nice and easy to be able to do some charting on the go here, research a couple of symbols, pull some things up. And again, this is another area of the app that's going to expand over time. So we're going to take a lot more features from that symbol summary page. If you're familiar with that, kind of our high level overview, we're going to be building in more features from the symbol summary into the app over time. It is only going to continue to grow and expand. We are very, very excited. Again, this is version 1 of our iOS app here. Android app is soon to follow as well. But version 1, we got a lot more coming in future versions of this app. Now, one other thing that you do have access to, we can click this icon in the top right corner. That's going to take you to the Your Account page. Just gives you some very quick membership details, your user ID and your service level, but that is also where you can log out of the app if you do need to do that. Really simple. All you got to do, hit that log out button. It's going to confirm it. You can log out and then you are back to square one where we started. Now, one other thing you do have access to, by the way, is light and dark mode. So depending on the setting that you have on your iPhone, the app is going to choose light or dark mode. We are going to make that optional in the future, but for now, if you do want to sort of flip between light and dark mode, I've actually pulled this up in the settings of my phone specifically. Here in the settings menu, you can go to display and brightness, and you can actually toggle between light and dark mode. You're probably familiar with that. But depending on the selection that you make on this screen, the app is going to pull that in. So if your phone is set to dark mode, mine actually typically is, the app is going to adjust and it's going to be a totally dark theme in that app. If you're in light mode, as we've been for this little demo, the app is going to stay in kind of that white and gray theme. So depending on what you choose there, the app will look a little bit different. All right, everyone, so that is going to do it for us here on today's show. Thank you so much for joining me, for taking a tour of the brand new official StockCharts mobile app for iOS devices, for your iPhone, for your iPad. You now have access to all those charting tools, all those features, all that market data. Everything is right there in your pocket or in your hands with your tablet. So we are just thrilled with the initial version here. But realistically, this is just version 1.0 of the app. We've got more features coming this year. And excitingly, we've got the Android app on its way as well. So the team is hard at work already on other features for the iOS app and that new Android app that's going to be coming out later this year. So definitely keep an eye out for that if you are an Android user. It's going to be a very, very similar experience, similar kind of tools and feature set and things like that. But over time, we're also going to be adding more features to this app. So we're going to be adding summary views for your chart list. We're going to be adding things like alerts. You're going to have better notifications for your alerts. So instead of just getting text messages or site notifications or emails, you're also going to be able to get push notifications for your alerts right to your phone. Very, very excited about that one, and I can't wait to see. So we've got a lot more features coming to the iOS app, and of course we've got that Android app coming as well. That should be out later this year. So very excited to see where the team takes these apps as we dive further into mobile. Of course, I do always like to remind people that your experience on the website is also mobile friendly. So if you log into StockCharts from your phone in the web browser that's on your phone, all of our pages are designed to scale, to fit on any device, and everything is designed to kind of be modified on that page to work really well on your phone. So if you want to look at the dashboard, or you want to run some scans, or even do some charting on your phone, you can always do that just from the web browser on your phone. It is mobile friendly. So check that out. When you sort of combine the two, you combine the app and the web experience, you really do have some great features right there at your fingertips on any device. Anywhere you go, anytime, you've got it all there on StockCharts. So I want to thank you again for joining me on the show today. Remember, we do this every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time up on the live channel, also up on our YouTube channel after that, and the on-demand platform at StockChartsTV.com. But really just diving into tools, diving into features, and trying to help you get more value out of StockCharts. That's our mission here every Friday. Again, my name is Grayson Roze, Vice President of Operations here at StockCharts.com. It's been great to be with you. I will see you again soon for another episode of StockCharts in Focus. But until then, chart on, my friends.